familiar with that saying of the great American dream is to own your own home. How about building your own home and making that home your dream home? If you could do it, what would it be like? Well, for one lucky couple here in the San Diego area, this is it. And by this, I mean, look at this. This view of the blue Pacific from virtually every room in the house. It's truly a multi-million-dollar view, this one overlooking the village of La Jolla, one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in all of America. But imagine the challenge of building here. We're at the top of a canyon, on the sides of a hill, and the house had to go 2 stories down. To build this, the homeowners turned to one of the most accomplished builders here in the San Diego area. The company is Satori Builders. The company's president is Michael Stefaun, and he invited us in to show us around.
So many houses in San Diego do have really nice views and unusual areas. You wouldn't think that you see a house and you look at it and it doesn't look like it's much, and you get inside and you're like, oh my goodness. This house ended up going 3 stories with a 2-story basement. But all the rooms have an ocean view. We literally are fighting for every inch. And that's as height, and that's on side yard setbacks. I mean, we literally are dancing on the line on every aspect. This house couldn't go any further side to side, couldn't go any further up. And I think they actually maxed out the floor area ratio, which is the allowable square footage a house can be based on the lot size. So that's pretty typical in this area. It's such a congested area. The lots aren't that big, but we seem to manage to squeeze as much square footage as we can out of it.
And we decided on Satori Builders because the feedback we came from the previous customers. Some of the work, I saw some of their work. And we decided this is the people that we were going to go. That's one thing. Secondly, we felt very comfortable with the Michael, which is the story builder owner. Mm-hmm. We really felt very, very, good chemistry between the two of us, and so we went ahead and gave him the project.
And how's it gone since he's taken over?
Very, very well. Really is extremely detail-oriented, extremely responsive to the owner's need. So we're really very, very, very pleased.
We try to involve the client as much as possible into the project. It allows them to feel a part of it, but also it allows them to understand what they're getting before they get it.
What's great about Michael is that he has the skill to do the project and the skill to manage the project. So I came to him with a piece of paper with an idea on it, and he could and did amend everything and say, okay, we can do that. Whatever it was, he said, we can do it, and did it. And so that was a great help to me to be able to do this house that way. I mean, we changed a lot in the house, and it didn't seem to be an issue or a problem.
As a result of these high-end custom homes we've been doing, it seems like, and they're remodels too, so factor in it's a custom home, and then on top of that of being a remodel, we're always marrying old to new, and as a result, we've had to really understand the building process a little more in depth to make all these different old, new structures work, and the crazy shapes and sizes everything's going on. What happens is an architect draws the plan, then the engineer engineers it, and rarely does it all line up perfectly. So it's up to your builder to get as much of the point across as possible between the two entities. And I think that that's probably what our specialty is giving the client what they want and satisfying both the architectural and engineering needs to do so.
You know, I would assume that the kinds of homes you build, the homeowners, your customers, are really very picky compared to, homeowners of tract homes out in the valley.
They're much more picky, and they are much more likely to change their mind after it's done. So we have a lot of situations where, you know, I'll have to tell my guys after they just put their heart and soul into putting this whole cabinet system together to take it out. And sometimes that's a little tough on guys, and it's tough to maintain super high quality when you've had a few of these jobs torn out right before your eyes or been asked to tear out your own work. And it takes a certain level of professionalism to be able to understand the process and not and still be a high-end craftsman, but understand that it's gonna most likely get changed or modified relatively soon. Some of the houses that we've built within 5 years are already being remodeled. We're already going back in and modifying things, and it's kind of a never-ending process. Everybody knows what they want, and then next year they want something else.
It's an intimate process between a builder and a homeowner to know that you can trust them and they're going to give you what you need, and it's going to come in at the right price, and it's not going to be some nightmare. And I always heard building a house was a nightmare, and this was one of the greatest joys of my life to do this. It's a fun project. I would do it again.
The unique story of Satori builders. You know, in Japanese, the word Satori is translated to mean pure focus. And since 1998, Michael Stefaun and his team have been purely focused on building only the best in custom high-end homes. And once you've visited several of his projects, it becomes very apparent. They know what they are doing, and they do it very, very well. I'm Doug Llewlyn reporting from La Jolla, California.